So that's why today I'm answering the question, what does empathy look like in leadership? Hello everyone, and welcome to the season finale of Coach-like Questions and Cocktails, a series where we demystify the concept of coaching through our favorite drinks. One of my favorite figures in the world of coaching and leadership development is Brené Brown. Her work in research and vulnerability and leadership has changed the way hundreds, if not thousands of organizations look at how they should be leading their people. But one of the key topics Brené Brown has brought to the forefront of leadership development is empathy and how leaders can use empathy to change lives. So that's why today I'm answering the question, what does empathy look like in leadership? But before we dive into learning more about empathy, I've got one last cocktail to make for all of you. Today we'll be making a sidecar, so let's get started. The first thing we want to do when we make a sidecar is to sugar the rim of the glass. And because this has a bit of an orange flavor, I suggest we use orange to really get the glass ready for the sugar rim. And place that in the sugar. We have a nice rim here. Now to make the drink itself, we need 1.5 ounces of cognac, 3/4 of an ounce of triple sec, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And then we shake that all together. And pour. And here we have our sidecar. Whenever I think of a sidecar cocktail, I remember those quirky sidecar motorcycles that were popular in the early 1900s all the way up to 1950. You just get to sit along and either give your driver some directions or be company and enjoy the ride. In fact, my grandparents had one that they used to take weekend rides on. What's interesting about these sidecars is how they relate to empathy and being an empathetic leader. Empathy is all about understanding how the person you're speaking with is feeling by stepping into their shoes and seeing the situation from their point of view. Being an empathetic leader allows you to better connect with your employees, understand the problems they're going through on a personal level, and work with them in a collaborative way to come up with the best solution possible and an action plan. Without empathy, you can't really understand how your employees are feeling. Instead of being on the inside, you're on the outside looking in. Boosting your empathy as a leader requires 2 coach-like skills, listening and curiosity. If you watched episode 7 of Coach-like Questions and Cocktails, you'll know how important listening is. It's your job as a leader to listen from the employee's perspective, to be fully focused on them, and not thinking about yourself. Now, curiosity is having a strong desire to learn or know something or someone. As a coach-like leader, your level of curiosity will impact your success. The more inquisitive, interested, and open-minded you are about your employees, the more you'll learn about them. And the more you learn about them, the better you'll be able to serve them. By being more curious towards someone, they see that you truly care about the day-to-day problems they're facing, and you're there to support them. So all in all, being an empathetic leader is a lot like being the passenger in a sidecar. You're showing your rider that you'll be there for them on this journey and that they aren't alone. Empathetic leaders are there for their employees through the highs, the lows, the twists, and the turns of their careers. So now that I've answered a question for you, I want you to answer a question for me. Now that you know more about empathy, have you ever worked with an empathetic leader? What was that like for you? I'd love to see your answers in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in to the finale of Coach Like Questions and Cocktails. I've had so much fun shooting this series for you, and I really hope you learned something about coaching, cocktails, or both from your time with us. If you want to see more content from me, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter and follow me on social. And for the last time, please always remember to drink and coach responsibly. Cheers. Okay, Adam, why don't you come and give this last cocktail a try?
So sad. Ooh, sweet and strong.